Vilnius Rytas. Both teams coming in with identical records of 1 win and 2 defeats in Group B play. And they are at the bottom end of the Group B standings. The home team, Tofas, Bursa, 5th in Group B, whereas Vilnius Rytas propping up the Group B leaderboard in 6th place. Both teams earned their victories in round 1. That was the last time that Tofas Bursa were on home court. They've been on the road twice since then. Their victory was 84-71 against Limoges CSP, but since then it's been defeats on the road at Partizan Nis Belgrade in round 2, and last week losing to Venice over in Italy. Whereas for Vilnius Rytas, they too 1 and 2. Their sole victory coming on home court against Lokomotiv Kuban Krasnodar, and they remain on the road for the 3rd straight week. They look to end what is also a 2-game losing streak. So Vilnius Rytas winless on the road in just 1 game. Tofas Bursa undefeated at home so far this campaign. So one team's losing streak will come to an end tonight. They bid to get themselves into that top 4 in pursuit of a top 16 place to begin the new calendar year. So plenty of intriguing matchups out there on the hardwood tonight. And for tonight's visitors, Rytas Vilnius, well, they are shooting a really modest 43.2% from 2-point territory. That puts them 22nd in the standings of the 2014s contesting the 7 Days Euro Cup. So improving that shooting percentage must be a priority. On the other side of the ball, well, Tofas Bursa, they have got one of the most dominant inside players in their ranks. It's their leading scorer, Devin Williams. He's shooting 56% from 2-point territory and coming into this game off a career-high 28-point outing in round 3. We take a look at the lineup for the visitors. Rytas Vilnius bringing a full-strength lineup over to Turkey. And Tofas Bursa. So Muaymin Mustafa just practicing his free throw shooting just a few moments ago. But Devin Williams, number 41, is their leading scorer with 19.7 points per game. Their leading man on the boards as well, gathering 7 rebounds per night, which puts him in the upper echelons of the rebound standings, 10th in the Euro Cup with his 7 boards per night. So we've got one individual player for the home team who is shooting really efficiently on the inside against a team who are really having their struggles from 2-point territory. So Rytas Vilnius being introduced here on enemy territory once again. Coach Adamaitis saying that they need to do a really good job in the paint to try and counter the high inside scoring and high percentages that this team, Tofas Bursa, are using to power their offense. They're being introduced to their fans now. So the introduction's complete here at the Tofas Sports Salonu. Tofas Bursa prepared to welcome Vilnius Rytas for the first time in Euro Cup competition. In fact, these two teams facing off for the first time in over 20 years. Their last meeting came in the 1997-98 Supporter Cup. Tofas beating Rytas twice back in those days. But all of that is, of course, distant history. And here in Euro Cup play, both teams keen to return to winning ways, particularly Tofas Bursa, who their coach, Orhun Ene, felt that they didn't play with their own true identity on the loss in Italy against Venice last week. He said that he wants an energetic display, which will result in a win to give their fans something to cheer about. So who will be able to impose their philosophy more quickly? Remember, Harvey Rushan, the Zion, were the overwhelming underdogs, but used the home support against AS Monaco last week in Group A to get their first win of the campaign. So if the home team, Tofas Bursa, can give the fans something to cheer about early on, it may well provide encouragement, energy and inspiration for the team down on the floor. And on the flip side of that equation, well, Vilnius Rytas will be looking to take the crowd out of it just as quickly as possible. So all of the players fully warmed up and ready to get this one underway, just a couple of minutes away from the opening tip. So the starting five then for Rytas, Vilnius, Savidis, Holloway, Ben Juice, Lazovic and Tofas Kairis.
41 and play ball pick and roll.
For the home team, Waimin Mustafa, Berkan Durmaz, Tariq Philip, Matt Lejeski and Devin Williams on the inside. So a little later than advertised, but both starting fives make their way out onto court to pose for pre-game photographs with the local children selected as mascots. So the pre-game formalities now complete, and we'll toss this one up for the opening tip in this round 4 encounter between Tofas and Rytas Vilnius in Group B action of the 7 Days Euro Cup. And the opening tip is controlled by the visiting side. Rytas Vilnius wearing a chain strip of white in the hands of Kaivichus. Kick to the corner, Bairstow for 3, count it, from Cameron Bairstow, who opens the scoring. Been struggling from 2-point percentage at just 14% from the field. He's doing well from the free throw line, or getting to the free throw line often. And he opens the scoring with a corner 3. Unsurprisingly, they go inside immediately to Tofas Bursa to Devin Williams. 3-pointer from Muamin Mustafa is off the mark. Whistle on the play. So end-line possession for the home team. Lejeski working the dribble, almost bounced off his leg with Terrell Holloway defending him. Lejeski looking for the inside entry pass. Double team is evaded. What a power move, can't finish. Loose on the boards. And now down at ankle level, players hitting the deck and sliding out of bounds before retaining possession is Cameron Bairstow. But what an effort from players on both sides. Strong move on the inside, splitting the double team. And then the ball gets loose, and these big athletes get down and dirty on the hardwood. Who touched it over the line? Tantalizingly close to securing possession for his team was Cameron Bairstow, but he couldn't control either the basketball or his body, sliding over the sidelines. So the floor cleaning crew called into action, and it will be sideline possession. Mustafa to inbound. He finds Philip. Now it's in the hands of Lejeski, working the dribble. Trying to dump down low, broken up on a deflection. Ekadas comes up with it for Rytas Vilnius. So terrific defensive stance by Rytas Vilnius to start this game. Cruz. Now back to Holloway. Holloway almost lost the handle and his footing. Has it knocked away, so back-to-back turnovers fashioned by terrific defensive efforts. This time Tofas Bursa coming up with this strip. So ball is on a perimeter. Floater tried, and finding the bottom of the net is Muamin Mustafa. He gives Tofas Bursa their first score of the game. They are trailing by 1. So back iron on the shot. Rebound secured. There's Cruz working the dribble, pulling up off the dribble for 3, off long and left. Pushing hard. There's Philip pulling up for 3, but front rim on the shot is Devin Williams. I'm sure they'd prefer to see him on the inside. He was 0 of 2 from downtown in his career high total of 28 last week. Couldn't find a range on that first 3-point attempt. So again, another low rebound, or another low ball, this time picked up by Martinez Ekadas. The foul called against Muamin Mustafa. Offensive foul is the call, so the ball will come back the other way. Martinas Ekadas trying to set that screen, but moving in the act of doing so. So it's Philip offloading to Mustafa. Now Philip has it in the mid-post. Looking to back down Holloway, goes to the spin move. Holloway reacted well, three-pointer from the top of the key, rattled home. The three-pointer drained by Burkan Durmaz. 2 for 10 from downtown for his career. But got that one to go to give Tofas Bursa their first lead of the game. Three-pointer counted immediately from Terrell Holloway. 3 of 10 from downtown coming into this game this season. But both of Rytas Vilnius' scores have come from long range. They lead by 1. Strong drive to the bucket, nothing doing. Broken up with terrific hustle defense. Now there's a collision with the camera operator, but what a hustle play. Maybe left a little bit of skin on the court as well, Burkan Durmaz. But getting back to take away that reception like a defensive back on a wide receiver. Look at how he gets behind and just knocks the ball away, coming up on the blind side of Ekadas. Drive to the low post, and a delicate pull-up J from Paco Cruz. 50% from two-point territory so far this season. And that is the first two-pointer for Rytas Vilnius, and it gives them a 1-possession lead. 5-8 the score. Into Devin Williams, defended one-on-one by Ekadas. Now ball movement around the perimeter. Strong move. Oh, what a finish. Tariq Phillip exploding to the tin and finishing with a delicate layup when he threatened to tear it down. Terrell Holloway responds immediately to give his team a 3-point advantage once again. Look at that for a drive and finish from Tariq Phillip. Up strong, hanging in the air for an eternity, and finishing delicately at the rim. Bulldozing his way inside is Devin Williams. He swings it to Phillip, who fancies this one-on-one matchup against Bairstow. Pulls up on the perimeter, whistle on the play. Lots of contact in this physical encounter in the early stages. See Devin Williams just tossing Martinas Ekadas to the court. Offensive foul is the call. So Bairstow offloads to Cruz. He's defended by Mustafa. Working the dribble, jumping to pass, gets it to Bukaivichus. Now it's Ekadas going one-on-one. He's double teamed now by Williams. Knocked away. Terrific team defense by the home team once again. Mustafa hanging in the air, finishes off the glass. And he brings his team back to within 1. Mustafa, Muemin Mustafa, with his second field goal of this game. Tofas Bursa 9, Rytas Vilnius 10, midway through the first quarter. Cruz for 3. Off by some distance, both to the right and short. Well, Holloway's got an age to line this one up, and he lands from the corner. The third three-pointer of the quarter for Rytas Vilnius. Puts his team up by 4. Back iron on the shot. Cameron Bairstow with the ball. So Holloway pulling up for 3 once again. Front rim on the shot, doesn't get the shooter's roll. Devin Williams with the ball. So the largest lead of the game for Rytas Vilnius. Philip gives it to Lejeski, but Kaivic has lost his footing momentarily. And a 3 drained from the corner. Burkan Durmaz with his second 3 of the night makes it a 1-point game. Tofas Bursa 12, Rytas Vilnius 13. And the 3-ball proving to be a prominent weapon in the arsenal of both these teams. Short on the pull-up J in the lane is Martinas Ekadas. So 3 3-pointers in the quarter for Burkan Durmaz, who is lighting it up from long range. Tofas Bursa take a 2-point lead. Well, it's a three-ball fest in the opening quarter of this Group B game. Both teams finding the range magnificently. Rytas Vilnius, 4 of 8 from downtown. Tofas Worcester, 3 of 6. So into the game for the first time is Bert Ulu. He's handling the ball now. Being forced left by Terrell Holloway. Lejeski picks up his dribble inside to Williams. Just above the halo, lost the handle, kicks to the corner. Is it another three-pointer? Off the range this time is Burkan Durmaz. So Holloway being defended by Ulu. Oh, beautiful slice down the lane. What a catch and finish from Davidas Sedvidis. His first points of the game. Look at the backdoor cut here, splitting two Tofas Worcester defenders. And the ball barely touched his fingertips before he was able to guide it into the hoop by the glass. So it's a 3-point advantage for Rytas Vilnius. Up strong, going for the dunk, but not finding the range. It was Marek Blažević who got just enough of body and ball to avoid being dunked on by Devin Williams. So Devin Williams coming off a career high of free throws made in his career high total of 28 points last week. Checking into the game is Sami Mahir. Muamin Mustafa takes a seat on the bench. Made 10 of 16 free throws in his 28-point total, did Devin Williams last week, and he makes the first for his first points of the game. Can't get the roll on the second, so it's a one-possession game. Tofas Worcester 16. Rytas Vilnius 18. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Blažević offloading the basketball. It's Paco Cruz who had the handle. And he was fouled from behind. Sami Mahir called for the foul in fighting to get his way over that screen. So Devin Williams takes a seat on the bench. Paco Cruz double-teamed at the elbow. Brings it back out before going down the sideline once again. Skip passes a risky one, but he finds Terrell Holloway, who fires for three. Mahir, it's a 4-on-2 opportunity. Pulling up in transition is Lejeski. Count it. Matt Lejeski from downtown makes it 4 of 8 three-pointers from Tofas Worcester as a team, equaling the total put on the board by Rytas Vilnius. What a first quarter we're having here in Turkey at the Tofas Sport Salonu.
Keep the ball on the side. Keep the ball in. Slow down. They are coming. Don't rush to shoot the ball. Yeah. Find the pass. Find the pass. Find the shooters. Now you can go in general.
Second go, come shake. Same adjust. Davis, you're here. And Marco, you be after. And just play like this pick and roll. And here, and Davis coming with some shake. First come up, change the angle, wait for the screen.
Well, Matt Lejeski hitting that three-pointer on the break. 3 of 9 from downtown coming into this game, averaging 11.7 points per game. A welcome sound when you tickle the twine and pulling up on a transition 3. Both teams shooting the three-pointer incredibly well, considering that both were right around 32% coming into this game. They are well above that so far on their three-point shooting. Bukowskis offloads to Cruz. Cruz working the dribble. There's a football involved there. And so it will be a new sideline possession. With 14 seconds returned to the shot clock for Rytas Vilnius. So Bukowskis inbounds. Paco Cruz using the screen, splitting the gap. Oh, what a delightful offload, but the layup is blown on the inside. Marek Blažević couldn't find the finish. But terrific offensive play by Paco Cruz, who split the green-shirted defenders and dished a delightful pass. Mejia has stepped on the sideline, so that three-pointer is not going to count. Well, it's his home court. Sami Mejia, in his 7th season in the Euro Cup, incredibly experienced individual. He's number 11 all time in terms of three-point percentage at 47% for his career, and that gives you an idea as to why, but he stepped back in from outside of the sidelines. Takeaway secured by Mushin Yashad. And now it's Ulu in transition, now into their secondary break options. The man who pocketed the steal using his dribble before offloading. Now it's in the hands of Ulu once again. He's defended by Savidis. Back iron on the shot, terrific offensive rebound, and then the pass to the cutting Berk Ulu. Mushin Yashad playing a huge part in that successful offense. He bagged the steal at the defensive end, got the offensive rebound off the missed three-pointer, and then found the cutting Berk Ulu for the finish to put his team up in this game. So 21-18 is the score in the closing seconds. That score graphic hasn't been updated. The largest lead of the game for the home team. Rytas Vilnius now in the penalty. So with 5.4 seconds remaining, it will be a trip to the free throw line. Paco Cruz taking a seat on the bench. So Borja Satish checking into the game for his Euro Cup debut, the 17-year-old. He's guarding Godzunas. So perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Well, he's got his name in the scorer's book immediately as Borja Satish, but Tofas Borja with plenty of fouls to give. Takes a little bit of time off the clock, and now they'll inbound from the sideline. It's Bukowskis with the step through to get... Oh, how about that? From Tofas Bukowskis, going to a low post move out on the perimeter. Watch the step through, the up, the under, the fire to beat the shot clock, and he drained it from long range to make it a one-point game where the three ball has been prominent in the first quarter. How fitting that it's the three-pointer that should end it. Tofas Bukowskis connecting on his lone three-pointer of the quarter to make it 5 of 10 from downtown for Rytas Vilnius and make it a one-point affair at the end of 10 minutes. Tofas Borja 23, 22, and Rytas Vilnius 21. So some of the highlights from what has been a terrific first quarter, featuring some high-quality offense. It was the unlikely candidate Cameron Bairstow who started the three-ball fest, connecting for the opening score of the quarter from the corner. Moimin Mustafa with the tough finish down the lane And then Berkan Dörmaz started to find his groove from downtown. 3 of 4 for the quarter. How about that for a drive and finish from Tariq Phillip? Tariq Phillip, that was the only finish of the game, but that man had no trouble finding the bucket from three-point territory. Matt Lejeski pulling up in transition to make his sole three-point attempt. And then the drive and finish from Berk Ulu off the dish, and this was the final score of the quarter on that step-through move from Dovis Bukauskis to make it a 1-point game. So into the second quarter then. Tofas Bursa 22, Rytas Vilnius 21. Sami Mihir pulling up from the top of the key. Can't find a range, taken off the rim quickly by Rytas Vilnius. So Butkaivicius has used his dribble, baseline drive, resulting in a floater that is finished magnificently by Aimantas Benjus. So first score of the quarter to the visiting team. So shot clock ticking down. Drive and left-handed scoop shot is good. Terrific finish on the inside. Nice, Bukauskis handling in the open court. Dishes to the mouth, beautiful baseline cut. The reverse finish is blown on the inside. Anas Butkaivicius can't find the range. So Baruch Ermish dribbling in the open court, demonstrating his handle. Drawing the foul in the process. So Mindaugas Gurdziaunas called for the foul. Tariq Black back into the game. So into the low post, struggling to handle, is Moshin Yashad. Here with the low dribble, trying to go baseline, but he's lost control. So another turnover committed by Sami Mihir. Remember, he committed his first when he stepped out of bounds when draining what was a three-pointer, but of course it didn't count. And this time he's bobbled the ball out of bounds when attacking the hoop. So Bukauskis, screen being set by Valdas Kairis. Football, which results in a new 14 from the sideline. It's possession to Rytas Vilnius. A two-man exchange between Gurdziaunas and Bukauskis. Driving by the defender, though he's not there from the top of the key. Complete mismatch in Gurdziaunas' favor as he blew by Moshin Yashad to put his team up by 1. So Ermish, kick to the corner. Extra pass was looked off, and instead Ulu went to the drive. Ball continuing to rotate around the perimeter. Ambitious pass. Oh, the backboard almost came down as Moshin Yashad got loose off the bounce pass feed. But that was after a whistle on the play, so the bucket will not count. Delightful feed from the perimeter, though. Moshin Yashad doing what should be done when you receive a bounce pass with momentum going to the hoop and you're 2.10 meters tall. So ball in the mid-post with Ermish. Again, trying to find the seams in this matchup zone that Rytas Vilnius are playing. 4.6 seconds remain on this possession. Tofas Bursa will have to be aware of that. So timeout on the floor, and no doubt an inbounds play from the end line will be drawn up by the coach of the home team, Orhun Enek. One of these things worked on in regimental fashion, of course. We'll take a look at some of the highlights so far.
Okay, don't get me with the pass. Don't get me with the pass, okay? And hands up. Okay, switch ball free. Okay, just on two push. Jump. Andro je bila išme da će na pomagati.
So 4.6 seconds remain on this possession. Here's Tofas Borsa inbounding from the end line. Rytas Vilnius will be wary of the alley-oop. It's here they go to. Oh my goodness, well, a foul has been committed by Mindaugas Gurdziunas. Gurdziunas all for the foul, the experienced player when trying to defend the receiver. So the shot clock reset to 14. Three ball is drained from the corner. And it's Berg Ulu connecting from downtown to put his team up by 2 so far in this quarter. Almost taken away, but so far in this quarter it is Rytas Vilnius who have the edge in scoring. 5-4 in their favor. Paco Cruz checking back into the game. Mindaugas Gurdziunas taking a seat on the bench. So Cruz, defended by Ulu, into the high post. That's a beautiful finish from Martinas Ekades. His first points of the game. So we're all square, 27 points apiece. Beautiful high-flying finish from Mushin Yashad. Dropping it into the rim from high above the tin. Baseline is wide open for Ekades, but he doesn't take it. Nice help D on the drop down from Mushin Yashad. So end line possession for Rytas Vilnius. A 5-second violation. Terrific D by the home team. Terrell Holloway unable to get the ball inside off that inbound play. So Ulu. Now it's in the hands of Ermish. Go through the high post to Mihir, who catches it at the mid post and gets the floater to go. Beautiful give and go by Mushin Yashad. 4 points in the game for him now, perfect from the field. His team lead by 4. So the baseline cut to Cruz is kicked to the corner. And another three-pointer falls. This time it's Aimantas Benjus who finds the finish. Benjus moving to 5 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. So it's a 1-point game. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tariq Phillip working the dribble, sees a lane, pulls up in the lane, and drifting to his right, able to get the featherlight J to fall. 4 points in the game now for Tariq Phillip. Whistle on the play. As Baruch Adamish trying to defend the ball handler in transition. So he and Paco Cruz looking to go head-to-head in the open court, but the whistle has been blown. So Terrell Holloway being defended the full length of the court. But Kaibaches back to Paco Cruz for three, rattles it home. Paco Cruz with his second three-pointer of the night to move to 8 points in the game and tie things up at 33 points apiece. Sami Mahir driving, managed to offload as he was bailed out, surrounded by white jerseys, but somehow Mushin Yashar muscling up that layup and getting it to fall. 6 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. What a game he's having off the bench. So Devin Williams checking back in along with Matt Najeski. Taking a seat on the bench is Berk Ulu. Now a Twin Towers concept being employed by Tofas Bursta, because Mushin Yashar and Devin Williams are in the game together. Taken away almost by Yashar. That's why he's pounding the ball to the court in frustration, because somehow Terrell Holloway managed to get that shot away to tie things up at 35. It seemed as though Yashar had a piece of it, but not enough to deflect it from its intended destination of going through the hoop. So Lejeski on the drive. Paco Cruz called for the foul. Well, what a wonderful ovation for Mushin Yashar, who put in a wonderful shift in his 7 minutes on court. 2 steals, a block, perfect from the field for his 6-point total, along with a rebound as well. Absolutely sensational effort. Matt Najeski can only go 1 of 2 from the free throw line. His team lead by 1. So it's Holloway. Ekadas comes to set a screen, now cuts down the lane. Ball goes to the corner to Paco Cruz, who gets into the lane. Let's go, one-handed floater and a whistle on the play. Now does the basket count? Paco Cruz is just reinforcing his point of view in the direction of the official, saying that the shot should count. Terrific handle and fine finish from Paco Cruz. So it looks as though the basket does count for Paco Cruz. Confirm just as soon as we can. And that takes him to 10 points in the game to the free throw line. Muhaimin Mustafa. That's his first miss from the stripe so far this season. He was 2 for 2 from the free throw line coming in. Rattles home the second to tie the score at 37 points apiece. Muhaimin Mustafa with 5 points in the game so far. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Bullet pass is deflected by Sami Mahir. The intended receiver was a Mantas Benjus. So 14 seconds on this inbound play from the end line for Rytas Vilnius. But Kaibaches firing from the perimeter, but short on the shot was Benjus. Rebound was secured on the inside by Holloway, but he couldn't get the shot away. driving to the lane, count the basket, and he will go to the free throw line looking for another. Baruch Ermish with the drive and finish. And that attempted steal from Terrell Holloway leaves him coming up empty-handed and only collecting a foul. So Rytas Vilnius now in the penalty, just under 3.5 minutes to play. And it will be Baruch Ermish to the free throw line for the first time in this Euro Cup campaign. 78% foul shooter for his career. Can't complete the three-point play. So Tofas Borsa leading by 2. It's a one-possession game, approaching 3 minutes to play in the first half. 3 points are fired and drained from long range by Davidas Servidis. 3 of 12 from three-point territory coming into this game. And that gives his team a 1-point lead. But it is quickly wiped out by the second three of the night from Matt Lejeski, who makes it Tofas Borsa 42, Rytas Vilnius 40. The quick release, providing a quick counterpoint for the home team. So Holloway using the screen from Blažević. Now it's out to the perimeter for Benjus. Rim on the shot. Devin Williams has taken a shot around the head. He's looking for the culprit. May make a mental note of that for future reference. So ball over on the far side. Shot clock down to 10. Used his dribble as Ermish. They go inside to Williams, who's surrounded, but still manages to fashion a finish for his first field goal of the game. Devin Williams moves to 3 points in the game with that, his first field goal. And he gives his team a 4-point lead. Timeout on the floor. Tofas Borsa 44, Rytas Vilnius 40. There's Matt Lejeski with the catch and shoot. Slow on the rotation was Arnas Butkaivičius. Matt Lejeski able to find the range.
Hey, big score. If I screen say under, what to play? You need to go up under with the pointers every time.
So 2 minutes, 16 seconds remain in the first half here at the Tofas Borsalonu. Rytas Vilnius with possession, they trail by 4. So Benjus picks up his dribble, offloads to Blažević. Blažević trying to find a bounce pass, but it was a flat one and it was easily picked off by Tofas Borsa. Sami Mahir gives it back to Ermish. Now it's with Lejeski. Forced out to the mid-post is Devin Williams. Pull it past to the other corner. What a feed and what a finish. Ruhaimin Mustafa receiving the tracer bullet of a pass from Devin Williams. Able to convert the three-pointer to move to 8 points in the game and put his team up by 7. The largest lead enjoyed by either side in this game so far, but that is a short-lived 7 points advantage. As the finish on the inside reduces it to a 5-point game. Lejeski running into defenders, almost lost the handle. Mahir for 3. Back iron on the shot. What an offensive rebound by Devin Williams, muscling his way up in heavy traffic, and he'll go to the free throw line. That is terrific work on the offensive boards by Devin Williams. His 5th rebound of the night, his first at the offensive end. How on earth did he come down with that? It's all very well having the size and the strength and the power, but you have to have the desire and the tenacity to go after the basketball. Devin Williams demonstrating those qualities in abundance on that play. So Marek Blažević taking a seat on the bench. Cameron Bairstow checking back in to the free throw line. Devin Williams rattles home the first to move to 4 points in the game. And a perfect trip to the free throw line for Devin Williams. Moves him to 5 points personal and puts his team up by 7 once again. Minute to go in the first half. Ball down in the low post. Benjus going to the step back. Now count the bucket. Terrific offensive board and finish by Cameron Bairstow. Rebounding the missed shot, which was of the step back. But look at that. That's a terrific example to any offensive rebounder on how to keep the ball high. Cameron Bairstow not bringing the ball back down. Minimal contact time with the court, and he was back up, got the shot away before the foul could disrupt his shot. So Cameron Bairstow completes a 3-point play to bring his team back to within 4. So Devin Williams offloading to Lejeski. Now Williams receives the pass on the inside. That's a terrific finish. Cameron Bairstow was trying to front him, but Devin Williams held him off with a strong forearm before receiving the perfectly placed pass to move to 7 points in the game and put his team up by 6. Bukowskis back iron on the shot. Offensive rebound being fought for by Davidas Servidis. Trying to wrestle it free. Devin Williams has been called for the foul. So the shot clock has been turned off to the free throw line. Davidas Servidis, who is perfect from the free throw line this year, 2 for 2, 79% foul shooter for his career. Cameron Bairstow taking a seat on the bench. Servidis, who had a career-high 5 rebounds in last week's loss at Partizan Belgrade. Making both free throws to make this a 2-possession game. 16.3 seconds remain. Full court press being applied, broken quickly by Tariq Phillips. Now going one-on-one against Dovis Bukowskis. Shot clock or game clock already down to 5. Offload. Finds Erdmich. He's working the dribble, uses the hesitation, kicks it back to, but the Tariq Phillips, perhaps a little bit too much unselfishness there and not a recognition of the game time situation. Strong defensive sequence by Rytas Vilnius to end the half, a half which sees the home team with a 4-point advantage. After 20 minutes of play, it is Tofas Bursa 51, Rytas Vilnius 47. Well, it's been a terrific first half where both teams have shot the three-pointer magnificently. Tofas Borstad, 50%, connecting on 7 of their 14 three-point attempts. Rytas Vilnius, 8 of 15 from downtown for a 53% success rate. Both teams doing a terrific job. There's a disparity in trips to the foul line. The home team going to the free throw line 11 times, where they've made a modest 6. So just over 50%, whereas Rytas Vilnius only 3 trips to the free throw line, and they have yet to miss. We talked about the lowly 2-point success rate that Rytas Vilnius had coming into this, just 43% over 3 completed games in 7 days Euro Cup action. Well, they are making amends for that in this game, shooting at 63% from 2-point territory. But I suppose when you're hitting at over 50% from downtown, as that attests to, well, it opens things up on the inside, resulting in easier shots to finish. And of those higher percentage shots close to the bucket, Rytas Vilnius doing a terrific job so far, but so too are Tofas Borstad. Incredibly high percentages being put on the boards by both teams. Tofas Borstad sharing the basketball incredibly well, also getting into the passing lanes and forcing Rytas Vilnius into 3 more turnovers. So some of the highlights from what has been a thrilling first half of play. Floater finished off the one leg by Imantas Benjus. Take a look at the same move from another angle. 5 points in the game for Imantas Benjus. How about that for a drive and finish from Mindaugas Godziunas? Just escaping the outstretched arm of the defender. Feed from Tariq Phillip down to the corner for the 3-pointer. And again, that has been a linchpin of both of the offenses checking in off the bench. Well, Mushin Yashad was absolutely outstanding for Tofas Borstad. 6 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. Paco Cruz leads all scorers with 10 points in the game, along with Terrell Holloway, who also has 10. Both men netting double figures for Rytas Vilnius. Matt Lejeski has buried 2 3-pointers so far in this game. That the second one, catching Arnas Butkevicius on the slow rotation. So some of the highlights from the first half. We'll resume with a 2-possession game when the second half gets underway in just a few moments' time. Drive, flush, and finish. Sees the lane, and he's blocked emphatically. With the buzzer beater. Drums are going to beat, and the horns are going to blare. For the 4th time in their illustrious history, Valencia Basket are the Euro Cup champions.
Jamar Smith with the circus shot. Gets into a mid-range shooting position and knocks it down. Jamar Smith showing how good that jump shot is. Smith. They left him unguarded to tie the game. Jamar Smith, everybody hot right now.
Thomas, good power, finds a way through his shot though, unsuccessful, but takes his own rebound. Rashawn Thomas in quickly. And that is exactly what they want from Rashawn Thomas. PIR in the end of 18.
Oh, beautiful alley-oop. Ellis with a flush.
Oh, goes inside. And the first slam's good. Oh, inside. There's Bab off the glass and in.
Taken away, terrific pickpocket skills. Clemens gets to the bucket, but he's fouled in the process. Taken away by Clemens. Taken away from Clemens. D-Boss rotates the basketball. Watterer for three. Count the basket.
Cordier driving into the lane. Tyus sticking with it. Tyus came out of nowhere and said, get out of here.
That's blocked. 1 second on the shot clock. Great defense from Alex Tyus.
Monroe gives it to Hamilton. And the buckets are falling like rain here at the Maccabi Sports Hall. Rejected by Hamilton. What a sensational sequence. Jordan Swing can't believe it. Another chase down block from Alex Hamilton. Hamilton being defended by Clemens. He pulls up for a long two and drains it.
Partizan win it by 5 to go a perfect 3-0 at the start of the new season under coach Trinchieri.
But it is Malaga who remain undefeated at the top of Group D.
So Bologna play 3-1-3. Huge block from Malaga. The dunk from Gamble.
Oh, hung high off the inbound pass to the high-flying William Mosley.
And that will do it. And somehow, somewhere, Unicaja Malaga win the 7 Days Euro Cup.
Hello, coach. It's close first half. What was the main problem for your team at first half?
Defense. For sure, defense. We allow them to score easy, too much easy buckets.
Thank you, coach.
So Coach Adamaitis not happy with his team's defensive success in the early stages. The first half, that they allowed Tofas Bursa too many easy buckets. They were able to put a 5-0 scoring run together to go from 3-2 up, from 3-5 down, up 8-5. A 7-0 run was posted during Tofas Bursa's second quarter success, where they fought their way out to a 7-point advantage at 47-40.
Okay. Coach, close first half. You have lead by 4 points. What's the things that made the difference in first half?
We don't have any difference yet. We didn't gain anything extra yet because of we don't play good defense. That's why nobody now controlling the game rhythm. We need to make stop in defensively. Okay, offensively we score 51 points, but I don't think that is important. We need a period to play good defense. Then if we can find easy basket, then we can use this home court advantage.
Thank you, coach.
So perhaps rather unsurprisingly, both coaches stressing a desire to improve their defense as we approach this second half. Both offenses putting big numbers on the board during the course of the first 20 minutes of play. So it's a game that is very much in the balance here. Tofas Bursa led by 7 on a couple of occasions. 47-40 and 49-42. Rytas Vilnius led by 4 in the early stages of the first quarter. So it's been a back and forth affair so far here at the Tofas Sport Salonu. Will both teams be able to maintain the hot hand that they demonstrated during the course of the opening half of basketball? Incredible shooting percentages from both teams. Make no mistake, the defensive intensity has been high from both Tofas Bursa and Rytas Vilnius. Been collapsing, surrounding players, but there have been some incredible finishes. Kevin Williams getting shots to go in heavy traffic, so too Mushin Yashar for Tofas Bursa. And the success from three-point territory for both teams mean that the perimeter shots have to be respected, which ordinarily opens up things on the interior. So will that equation continue to be in effect as we prepare for the second half here? Round 4 action in Group B of the 7 Days Euro Cup. Both teams looking to end 2-game losing streaks. Both teams with identical records of 1 win and 2 defeats so far in Group B play. So it is Tofas Bursa who have possession to begin the second half. It is Berk Ulu bringing the basketball up before offloading to Lejeski. Baseline is open and there's an edge in speed for the ball handler against Cameron Besto. Three-pointer is fired but off the mark from Lejeski. Besto with the rebound and a bullet pass over the half to Paco Cruz. He's working the dribble, gets to the elbow from where he's very proficient. Terrific hands from Berk Ulu. able to knock the pass out of bounds, couldn't quite stretch and elevate enough to make it an outright steal. But plenty of time taken off the shot clock for Rytas Vilnius on this, their opening possession of the second half. So foul committed by Sami Mahir. Second foul of the game for Mahir. As you see him again trying to get through the screen, knocking over Martinas Ekodes to be called for his foul. So Lejeski defending Holloway. Holloway gets into mid-range. Paco Cruz with a fake one dribble, pulls up, long on the shot, but gets the friendly roll off the most forgiving of rims. Paco Cruz with the first score of the second half makes this a one-possession game. Mahir to Devin Williams. Inside, good look at the bucket, can't find the range. So Rytas Vilnius looking to tie or go ahead with a field goal here. Besto gives it to Holloway. He's being defended by Ulu. Three-pointer for Paco Cruz, and Paco Cruz has come out with the hot hand to begin the second half. He has scored 5 points personal in the veritable blink of an eye to make it a run of 5 points without reply and put his team up by one. Devin Williams with the first score of the second half for Tofas Bursa takes him to 9 points in the game and puts Tofas Bursa up by one, 53-52, approaching 2 minutes gone in quarter number 3. Besto driving, getting to the glass, went to the right hand rather than the left and couldn't get the range, but he will go to the free throw line. It's a strong drive. Now, if that's Sami Mahir, has 2 fouls in the second half already against him, and will take his foul count to 3. So Besto to the free throw line. It is indeed against Mahir, so 3 fouls on him. He's the only Tofas player on 3 fouls. But Zunas has 3 fouls for Rytas Vilnius. So 1 of 2 on that trip to the free throw line for Cameron Besto. He ties things up at 53 points apiece. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Leaving the ball handler was Martinas Ekodes, but somehow he managed to get the defensive rebound after the shot was missed. Rather risky tactic. And the shooter is in his groove like Berk Ulu. He's defending the basketball now. Holloway using the screen from Besto. Devin Williams defending the ball handler. Almost taken away from here. Recovered. But off the mark is Butkivicius. Matt Lejeski pushing hard. Lejeski kicks to the corner. Now it's back to Ulu. Inside to Devin Williams. Going to work immediately. Turned baseline. Has used his dribble. Reset himself, but couldn't get the range on the short J from the low post. Butkivicius back to Besto for 3, and it's his second three-pointer of the night. Cameron Besto moves to 10 points in the game, and he's perfect from downtown. Counted immediately by Sami Mahir to tie things up at 56 points apiece. So whistle on the play. So Ekodes receives the inbound from Cruz. Cruz handling. Holloway working the dribble. Being defended by Ulu. Step back 3 is off the mark. Effective touch from Arnas Butkivicius for another 3, but that one is short. Terrific work on the offensive glass. Cameron Besto comes down with it. Paco Cruz into the lane. The offload to Terrell Holloway. Holloway brings it out. Used his dribble. Gets it back to the perimeter, into the high post. Besto And is that another? Oh my goodness, what an effort from Rytas Vilnius. How many extra bites of the cherry have they had here? He was a one-man gang on the inside on his possession, Martinas Ekadas, but you see the way he boxed out Matt Lejeski, drawing Lejeski into committing the foul. Terrific work by Martinas Ekadas, and now it's another possession for his team. But Lejeski takes the basketball away. The inbound intended for Paco Cruz. Lejeski was alert and makes amends for committing that foul on Ekadas, who was crashing the offensive boards. Mejia driving, hanging in the air, surrounded by two defenders, but Sami Mejia heating up. 5 points in a row for Sami Mejia as he moves to 5 points in the game. His team lead by 2. Euro step down the lane and finished with the left-handed reverse from Arnas Butkaivičius. His first points of the game ties things up at 58 points apiece. So Ekadas helping out towards the halfway line. No look pass, goes to the corner. Long on the shot from Berk Ulu. So Butkaivičius, shovel pass with the offload to Benjus, who is off the mark. A long rebound makes its way out to Paco Cruz, who was beyond the three-point line. He's calling for a screen. Splitting the gap, getting to the glass and getting the shooters raw once again. What a drive and finish from Paco Cruz, who goes to 17 points in the game. He remains perfect from 2-point territory. His team lead by 2. So Mejia gives it to Lejeski. Lejeski picked up by Ekadas, who's used the dribble. It goes inside to Devin Williams. Paco Cruz called for the foul, trying to defend Williams down on the block. So Paco Cruz equaling his career high with what is a 17-point outing so far. 4 of 4 from 2-point territory, 3 of 6 from downtown. Martinas Ekadas taking a seat on the bench. So Tariq Phillip inbounds. Looking at the three was Dermas, but he didn't pull the trigger. Offensive foul is the call, and possession is handed back to the visiting team. So 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. And so far it is Rytas Vilnius outscoring Tofas Bursa, 13 points to 7. Oh, the drive and jam finished with both hands at the rim by a rampant Arnas Butkaivičius. Puts his team up by 4, and both of his buckets have been of the highlight reel variety. 2 drives and 2 strong finishes from Arnas Butkaivičius has given his team a 4-point advantage. All alone beneath the bucket was Tariq Phillip, but he couldn't get the layup to go on the reverse. So Tariq Phillip to the free throw line after being fouled on that shot attempt. 8 of 13 from the stripe so far coming in for a 62% success rate from the charity stripe. And this his first season with Tofas Bursa, his first season in the Euro Cup. Can't find the range on the first. As he looks to stem what is currently a run of 6 points without reply. Being enjoyed by Rytas Vilnius. So that snaps the 6-0 run that Rytas enjoyed. It's a 1-possession game once again. Tofas Bursa down by 3. Taken away by Tariq Phillip. Lejeski fires for three, front rim on the shot, rebounding to ensure it's one and done was Mantas Benjus. So Tariq Phillip defending Terrell Holloway. Screen set to the right-hand side. Holloway goes the other way. Euro step down the lane. Back iron on the shot. Nice spin off the offensive board by Servidis. Three-pointer is off the mark. Tariq Phillip with the defensive board. Offensive foul. Because Sami Mahir is out of control. Now that is 3 fouls called on Sami Mahir in this second half alone, which takes him to 4 fouls for the game. He put 5 points personal on the board to put his team up by 2 when they were up by 1, when they were down by 3, 53-56. But he finds himself 1 foul away from disqualification now, having clattered into the defender who positioned himself magnificently and trying to continue the fast break. Matt Lejeski takes a seat on the bench. Muhaimin Mustafa checking into the game. So Terrell Holloway being defended by Tariq Black. Screen being set by Voldas Kairis. He drives the lane. Plenty of green-shirted bodies back there. Bounce pass almost finds its way through to Servidis. Last touch by Tofas Borsa. So the visitors will inbound from the end line. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Active hands in the lane from Mustafa. So Bakauskas checking in, Terrell Holloway taking a seat on the bench, and immediately Bakauskas goes to inbound. Bounce pass finds its way to the corner. Front rim on the shot, Mustafa with the ball. So it's Mustafa who offloads to Dermas. Dermas has used his dribble, gives it to Tariq Phillip. Phillip working the dribble to the right, goes between the legs, down the lane, up, initiates the contact. Can't find the finish off the glass, and it's Bakauskas with the rebound. So baseline is open for Butkaivichus. Now he's double teamed, having used his dribble. Into the lane, the hesitation dribble. Ball is loose, rebound secured by Tofas Borsa to Berkan Dermas. So Bakauskas called for the foul. Tofas Borsa were looking for options on the break. Tariq Phillip with a strong handle. So Rytas Vilnius still with fouls to give, so it will be sideline possession. 20 seconds on this shot clock. So ball in the hands of Baruch Ermish. He drives, inside it goes. Terrific drive and dish. And the finish from Hussein Yashad takes him to 8 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. And he brings his team back to within 1. 61-62 with 1:40 to go, and the atmosphere here is absolutely incredible. Steal fashioned by Muhaimin Mustafa, leading to a transition opportunity that is finished to put Tofas Borsa up by 1. 63-62, prompting a timeout to be called by Danios Adomaitis.
Padar. Short roll, pasižiūrėkit, gerai kamuolį gaudom, nežinom, kur nori. Hey, ir handoff.
Yes.
coaches. Baruch Ermish finishing the transition play after the steal was pocketed by Muhammad Mustafa. So full court press being applied, and it results in another steal. Terrific defense by Tofas Bursa. They get the ball down into the low post. It's back to the perimeter now with Mustafa. So just slowing things down is Baruch Ermish. Rytas Vilnius not dealing with that full court press well at all. They leave the ball handler, front rim on the three-pointer. Offensive rebound, what a shovel pass, rejected from behind. Martinas Ekadas with the chase down block, trailing the ball handler and swatted it away. Another turnover. Martinas Ekadas can't reel in the pass, which was a difficult one to deal with. Ermish using his handle. Offensive foul, the shoulder lowered. An easy call for the official. Muhammad Yashar looking to create some room for himself. We take another look at that rejection from Ekadas, who timed his leap to perfection. Another takeaway. What defense? This time it's Tariq Phillip, coast to coast, after picking the pocket of Terrell Holloway. And my goodness, has the defensive intensity been turned up by Tofas Bursa in the closing stages of this third quarter. It's a run of 7 points without reply to put them up by 3. So a 7-second difference between the shot clock and the quarter clock. Savidis, in a deafening cacophony of noise, it's another turnover committed by Rytas Vilnius, and the home crowd really making their presence felt. Communication proving to be very difficult for the visiting team when trying to conduct their half-court offense. And my goodness, is this partisan atmosphere paying dividends for Tofas Bursa here in the third quarter. So the shot clock has been turned off. Final seconds of the third quarter. A quarter which is currently a 1-point encounter. 14-15 in favor of Rytas Vilnius. Tariq Phillip has had it taken away. Terrific defending, no foul, but sliding over the baseline with a basketball in his hand was Terrell Holloway. How about this for a takeaway? Ripping it away from the hands of Tariq Phillip. But in being unable to control his momentum, he wasn't able to regain possession for his side. So here's the context. 1 second remaining in the quarter. Tofas Bursa with the end line possession. Watch for the alley-oop. There it is. Now, is that a foul? Oh, my goodness. That would have been a really difficult shot for Matt Lejeski to get away. And Terrell Holloway committing the foul, sending Matt Lejeski to the free throw line. Tofas Bursa bailed out to some extent here. One thing, playing aggressive, but you have to continue to play intelligently. So Lejeski makes the first. And a perfect trip to the free throw line makes it a 9-0 run by Tofas Bursa to complete the third quarter and give them a 5-point lead, 67-62, with 10 minutes to play here at the Tofas Bursa having committed that turnover. With Yunus takes a seat on the bench. Nice reception on the run by Mustafa. He's used his dribble, so he needs a receiver here. He manages to offload to Tariq Phillip. He's defended by Bukowskis, playing him straight up. Screen being set by Yashad. Ball is bobbling around. Shot clock down to 6. Foul committed on the perimeter by Paco Cruz. That'll be Paco Cruz's 4th foul, joining Terrell Holloway on 4. Sami Mejia has 4 fouls for Tofas Borsta. So the drive and a right-handed finish by Baruch Ermish. He moves to 8 points in the game and 4 of 6 shooting from 2-point territory. The lead is 6 for Tofas Borsa. Nice catch while on the move from Servidis. Terrific hands once again, and now it's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Beautiful offload, and what a finish from Tariq Phillip. Sensational transition basketball, all built up off a terrific takeaway by the swarming defensive effort being produced by Tofas Borsa. They lead by 8. Timeout on the floor with just under 2 minutes gone in quarter number 4. Well, here's a bird's eye view of the finish created in the finish produced in transition by Tariq Phillip. But make no mistake, it was the active hands once again which led to that fast break. So Tofas Borsa enjoying their largest lead of the game. The advantage is 8. They've used a terrific start in this 4th quarter, outscoring their opponents 6 points to 3. Rytas Vilnius' lone score coming from a 3-pointer to open the scoring in quarter number 4 and end the scoring drought, which stretched back to 4 minutes 16 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, which is when they had their last lead, 58-62. The advantage was 4 for the visiting side, but they've been shackled magnificently since that time. As Tofas Borsa getting low on a defensive effort once again. Just dragged out of his territory there was Nushin Yashar. But he has put in a terrific shift tonight. 10 points on perfect shooting from the field, 2 steals, along with a rebound and an assist as well. So sideline possession. And that's what Kaibatis inbounds. Terrell Holloway playing with 4 fouls. Ball moving around the perimeter. It's back to Holloway, who pulls up for 3. Back iron on the shot. Taken away the lead pass. And finished with a slam dunk from Nushin Yashar, who moved to 12 points in the game on perfect shooting, equaling his career high in the 7 Days Euro Cup. His team have a double-digit advantage. Whistle on the play. Well, here was the long rebound and a beautiful feed from Ermish to find a streaking Nushin Yashar, who had leaped out after challenging the shot. The advantage is 10. And it's a run of 8 points without reply. Another takeaway. Tariq Phillip with the lead pass. And the transition score kissed off the glass by Burush Ermish to make it a run of 10 points without reply in this fourth quarter. The first score of the period was put on the board by a 3-pointer from Rytas Vilnius. But other than that, it has been all Tofas Borsa to lead by 12. Blowing this game wide open in the early stages of quarter number 4. And once again, it is their activity on the defensive end that is paying handsome dividends as they race out to a double-digit advantage. Well, here in quarter number 4, Tofas Borsa in the midst of a run of 10 points without reply. And overall, going back to that terrific conclusion to quarter number 3, they are outscoring Rytas Vilnius 21 points to 3. 21 points to 3, spanning quarters number 3 and 4 so far, dating back to 4 minutes 16 to go in the third period, the last time that Rytas Vilnius held the lead. Bairstow offloading to Holloway. Holloway being defended by Tariq Phillip. Count the bucket. And that is one way to get yourself back into the game. Just chip away possession by possession, because here lies an opportunity for 3 points the old-fashioned way. That's a terrific finish by Terrell Holloway. And he'll now go to the free throw line looking for another. Terrell Holloway completes the 3-point play to bring his team back to within a single-digit deficit. 77-68. Ruaimeen Mustafa from the corner gives his team a double-digit lead once again. Well, according to my calculations, that should be reading 80-68. And I hope that can get corrected and we can all get on the same page. Terrific defense, the block produced by Mushin Yashar in the midst of a career night. Upstairs it goes. Oh, the delicate finish on the highly placed alley-oop pass. Perfect precision on that feed. And it is a new career high for Mushin Yashar. 14 points in the game on 7 of 7 shooting from the field. So whistle on the play. Well, what an ovation for Mushin Yashar. 14 points in the game on perfect shooting, 7 of 7 from the field after fouling out. But it's been a memorable night for the center coming off the bench so far. Good to see that the score has been adjusted to read what it should. So one of 2 on that trip to the line means that it's A 13-point advantage for Tofas Bursa. Devin Williams with a nice catch. Oh, what body control down on the block. Turning on a dime, elevating and kissing it gently off the window. Devin Williams with the low post finish. Moves to 11 points in the game. So, timeout on the floor. And it is a 15-point lead for Tofas Bursa, approaching the midpoint of quarter number 4. 84-69 with 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go in this game.
Run early high. Okay. Tarık. Barış. Umut. Berkan. Under the skin. Tarık. Come here all the way. Okay. Over speed. Barış again. Roll here. Okay. Ayağa kalk dinle.
So Devin Williams with 11 points in the game on 4 of 6 shooting. It is Tofas Bursa ball from the sidelines. Tariq Phillip handling. Picked up by Butkaivichus. So the half-court set being facilitated from the top of the key by Baruch Ermish. He's defended by Holloway, playing with 4 fouls, remember. Everybody's looked him off. Inside it goes. And that's a terrific post-up by Devin Williams, as he just put out one paw on Benjus and received the basketball with the other. Fantastic post-up. Benjus, who is called for the foul. So Mustafa gets it to Williams. Now the rotation around the perimeter. Williams setting a screen before cutting to the bucket. Now down into the low post, but Williams is looked off. Defensive rebound secured by Terrell Holloway. Transition opportunity for Butkaivichus, the double pump and the finish off the window for Arnas Butkaivichus. 6 points in the game. All of them have been taking it to the bucket. So far in this fourth quarter, it is all Tofas Bursa. Outscoring the opponent 17-9. Nice catch on the inside. How about that for a finish off the glass? And it's a case of defenders being cleared out by the demonstrable strength of Devin Williams, who moves to 13 points in the game to put his team up by 15 once again. Terrell Holloway being defended at the top of the key by Williams. Gets into the lane. Not sure Devin Williams wants to be defending a fleet-footed guard out on the perimeter. He's no slouch in terms of foot speed, but look at that. Once Terrell Holloway got the step, Devin Williams left with little option other than to foul, assuming he didn't want to give up the layup. So Tofas Bursa now in the penalty. To the free throw line goes Terrell Holloway. Remains perfect from the line so far as he moves to 14 points in the game. New career high for Terrell Holloway, surpassing his previous best of 10. So Tofas Bursa lead by 13. Just under 4 minutes to play in this game. Devin Williams posting up down low. The lob pass goes to him. Nice catch. And coming underneath is Paco Cruz, who is protesting his innocence in the direction of the official, saying that I'm standing here. But in looking to help out his teammate, He has picked up his 5th and disqualifying foul. So Paco Cruz will take no further part in the game. He'll check out having equaled his career high of 17 points on perfect shooting from 2-point territory and 50% shooting, 3 of 6 from downtown. Strong outing for Paco Cruz, but that's it for him tonight. And once again, wreaking havoc down in the low post is Devin Williams, proving impossible to handle for Rytas Vilnius down beneath the bucket. And he will go to the free throw line for shots 5 and 6 from the stripe tonight. He's 3 of 4 from the line so far in his 13-point total. Embry made 10 free throws out of 16 attempts last week in his career high, career best figures of 28 points in the round 3 defeat against Venice. 1 of 2 on that trip to the free throw line. His team lead by 16. Well, an air ball picked up by Devin Williams. 14 points the advantage and approaching 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The crowd have been magnificent tonight here at the Tofas Sport Soleno. 3-pointer is off the mark. Hoovered up by Benjus. Nice catch on the inside, taken away by the Tofas Sport defenders who surrounded the receiver and were able to slap that ball loose. So proceedings just being slowed down now by Burush Ermiş. Remember, the clock is in favor of the home team. Mustafa for 3, front rim on the shot. Tussling for the offensive board once again was Devin Williams. I believe it's last touched by Tofas Bursa. And Mantas Benjus hitting that one out of bounds. So Devin Williams receives the inbound pass. He offloads to Phillip. Now looking to set a screen for Tariq Phillip. Cutting down the lane. He's posting up strong on the inside once again. Lejeski with a shovel pass. 3-second violation. Devin Williams too long in the lane before the pass was placed into his hands by Matt Lejeski on the wraparound. So Holloway turning on the quickness, getting into the lane and getting it to go off the glass. A one-man offense on that trip down the floor from Terrell Holloway. Takes him to 17 points in the game. So a perfect 3 of 3 from the stripe so far is Holloway. And once again, he completes the 3-point play. Terrell Holloway with a career best and game high 18 points on the night. As he reduces the arrears to just 11. Taken away by Butkaivichus. Tofas Sports, the defenders back in numbers. Now Ekadas fakes the shot, gets into the lane, goes to the left-handed hook, but it's short. And now a transition opportunity. Tariq Phillip with the hang time. Oh, but he can't find the finish. The hang time and a double clutch to avoid the block that Ekadas was trying to produce. So instead of a 3-point play opportunity, it'll be 2 free throws for Tariq Phillip. So Burush Ermiş takes a seat on the bench. Berk Ulu checks into the game. 9 points in the game for Burush. for Ermish as he takes a seat on the sidelines. So Tariq Phillip, perfect on that trip to the foul line. Sees his team extend their lead to 13 with a minute and a half to play here in the fourth quarter. So Holloway drives into heavy traffic. The rebound hauled in by Devin Williams. That's his 8th rebound of the night. Phillip keeping it himself. Kick to the corner is off the mark. Mustafa couldn't stretch to his left to reel that one in. So just over a minute to play here then. And still the crowd unrelenting in their energetic support, making life really difficult for Rytas Vilnius. Kick to the corner, but Kaibacius beats the shot clock buzzer and buries it as well. Hardanas Butkaibachus moves to 9 points in the game after burying that, his first three-pointer, to bring his team back to within 10. So Tariq Phillip to the corner. Matt Lejeski for three. Rim shot. Offensive rebound. Up strong. Ekadas with a block. Still, Devin Williams sticking with it. Can't get the second one to go. But he padded his offensive rebound stats and may well be approaching a double-double here, depending on how many offensive rebounds he was credited with. So, about a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the shooter's roll on the finish from Terrell Holloway makes this a single-digit deficit now, far more respectable on the scoreboard. But assuming they can inbound effectively and hang on to the basketball, Tofas Borsta should get themselves back on a winning track here. They lead by 8 with just 5.3 seconds remaining in the game. But of course, anybody who follows basketball in all forms closely knows that deficits of this margin have been wiped out in the past, courtesy of turnovers and three-point marksmanship. So concentration going to be absolutely crucial for the home team to see this one over the line. So it is sideline possession for the home team. Their first order of business, get the ball in safely into the hands of a player wearing green. Will the foul be committed? They're going for the score, they don't get it. Rytas Vilnius may well have been looking to commit the foul, but Tofas Borsta did a good job in ensuring that the ball didn't remain in the receiver's hands for very long. So the ball through the air will always move more quickly than a defender on the ground. Devin Williams to the free throw line. Another double-double for Devin Williams, who is now has 15 points in the game, along with 10 rebounds. And that one puts this game on ice. The advantage is 10. And So on their return to home court, Tofas Borsa get back to winning ways. Cheered on by a magnificently energetic and enthusiastic crowd. Tofas Borsa ride that energy to give themselves a 10-point victory over Rytas Vilnius in this, their first meeting in Euro Cup competition history. And they remain undefeated on home court and improve their record to 2 wins and 2 losses. For Rytas Vilnius, who have had 3 straight games on the road, they now fall to 1-3 in regular season play in Group B. A terrific performance by Tofas Borsa, full of energy, intensity, and terrific movement of the basketball, which saw them dish out 31 assists. Rytas Vilnius, well, they will want to get themselves back to Lithuania as quickly as possible in a bid to try and get themselves back on the winning track in Group B play in the 7 Days Euro Cup competition. So the final score then from the Tofas Spor Salonu is Tofas Borsa 90.